My guides have urged me to start by saying that if you found this video, it's because you've experienced a significant transformation in your life. As I begin shuffling the cards, we'll channel more insights about this major shift. I'm sensing a timeline shift. If you're watching this, it's because we share the same timeline. This timeline has undergone substantial changes and upgrades. Many of you might have felt a profound change within yourselves. This shift might not yet be visible in your physical world, but you're likely feeling it energetically and spiritually. We've immediately drawn the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands reversed. It seems that someone I'm connecting with here has decided to release something their ego was clinging to for a long time. Giving up isn't quite the right term. It's more about letting go. This could be letting go of a job that didn't fit, a friendship, or a love connection. The ego resisted because it felt like letting go was a kind of defeat. But this thing was actually holding you back. With the Sun card upright, your desire for freedom became stronger than your ego's need for control. Take this as it resonates. This is how the guides conveyed it to me. The number 19 might resonate with someone, and with the Sun card, the affirmation reads, "I shine my light on the world around me, and my radiance attracts more success." The strong message lately has been that you can only give to others what you have within yourself. You can't truly give love if you haven't learned to love yourself. You can't genuinely support others if you're not supporting yourself. And you can't offer freedom to others if you haven't granted yourself freedom first. At a societal level, we're conditioned to think in limited ways. We're subconsciously taught that seeking our own abundance, freedom, and self-love is selfish. On this channel, and as part of this collective awakening, we're here to learn how to break free from those chains, those inner subconscious limiting beliefs and programs that trap us in fear and a lack mentality, keeping us imprisoned. We often tell ourselves that it's selfish to be loved, free, or abundant. My spirit guides are bringing this up because for whoever I'm speaking to, you've always embodied the energy of the Six of Pentacles. This card represents generosity and an open heart. I'm getting emotional because I sense that you have every reason to close your heart, yet it remains open. I picture someone with outstretched hands and closed eyes, radiating love to those around them, even as they face attacks. You might feel like you've been emotionally attacked or hurt by others, and your love may not have always been returned. Yet, you continue to keep your heart courageously open. Even though people from your past may have seen your open heart as a weakness rather than the beautiful gift it is, the truth is quite different. They might view your heart openness as naivety, but in reality, it's a powerful shield. Your deep spiritual connection through your open heart acts as a protective force. Despite the challenges and attacks you faced, you've managed to turn those shadows into beauty, love, and light. You've become an alchemist of sorts, transforming difficulties into something wonderful, though it hasn't been an easy journey. Another point I'm picking up, especially in connection with the reverse Seven of Wands card we discussed earlier, is about letting go. What might appear to others as giving up is actually a process of going within and surrendering the control that the ego tries to maintain. It's about reconnecting with what you truly deserve: love, freedom, and abundance. It seems that this choice you've made or are in the process of making might be seen as selfish by those around you, or even by your own inner critic, the ego. But here's the key. You came here to be selfish in the sense of becoming so deeply connected with yourself that you radiate unconditional love. This radical self-love might be labeled as selfish by others, but it's actually what allows you to shine brightly and share that love with the world. Wow, there are such beautiful messages coming through for whoever is connecting with this reading. As always, take what resonates with you. If these messages are striking a chord, I'll be offering an extended version of this reading through our Soul Tribe on Patreon. This extended reading will dive deeper into the wonderful energy from the Sun card and explore the quantum shift you're experiencing. If you're feeling that shift in your bones and energy field, you might be drawn to the extended reading, where we'll look more into what you need to know as you move forward into this new beginning. We'll also touch on the letting go process in your life. You can find the link to the extended reading in the pinned comment and the description box below the video. I'm feeling a strong pull to the Starseed Oracle deck right now, so please bear with me while I shuffle and pull a card. I usually mention this at the start, but I got so excited to dive into the messages tonight. If you'd like to receive personalized messages from this reading, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. By liking and subscribing, you're helping me connect more easily with your energy. Now, let's draw from the Starseed Oracle. I'm sensing that you, specifically, are in or about to face a choice that feels really heavy and intimidating. This might be related to letting go of something or someone. Those fears you're feeling are trying to mislead you, saying things like, what if you're on the wrong path? What if this is a mistake? Your guides want you to understand that these fears aren't your intuition. True intuition is that spark of excitement inside you, the sense of freedom and hope that feels so expansive and bold, even if it seems a bit frightening or overwhelming to your ego. Those fears aren't a sign that you're on the wrong path. Instead, they're echoes from a timeline you've moved away from. I'm really feeling guided to talk about timeline shifts in this reading, so let me know in the comments if you're experiencing a timeline shift yourself. It seems like you're going through a major transformation, a significant upgrade. I've covered topics like parallel reality shifting, timeline shifts, and quantum leaps before. These are all different ways of describing the same thing. A radical change in your vibration that quickly alters your future trajectory and life reality. It reminds me of a common movie trope where characters who travel through time or dimensions often feel sick afterward. Your guides want me to share that you might be experiencing unusual physical or emotional sensations because you've shifted timelines so rapidly. Emotionally, you might be dealing with intense fears and doubts. Physically, some of you could be feeling disruptions in your solar plexus or crown chakra. For the solar plexus, this might show up as nausea, changes in appetite, or weight fluctuations. For the crown chakra, it could involve... My guides wanted me to begin this video by saying that if you're here, it's because you've experienced a significant quantum leap in your life. I'm going to start shuffling the cards now, and we'll channel more insights about this major shift you've gone through. I'm hearing the phrase timeline shift. If this video resonates with you, it's because we are aligned with the same timeline, one that has undergone significant renovations and upgrades. Many of you might have felt a profound change or shift within yourselves. This shift might not have fully manifested in your physical world yet. It could be something you're experiencing on an energetic or spiritual level. Right away, we have the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands reversed. I sense that someone I'm connecting with has recently decided to let go of something their ego was clinging to for a long time. The term give up isn't quite accurate. It's more about releasing. The ego resisted letting go because it felt like admitting defeat. This could involve moving on from a job that didn't align with you, ending a friendship, or stepping away from a love connection. Whatever this was, it needed to be released because it was holding you back. With the Sun card upright, your desire for freedom has grown stronger than your ego's need for control. Take this as it resonates. That's how the guides have shared it with me. By the way, the number 19 might resonate with someone watching. The Sun card carries the affirmation, I shine my light on the world around me, and my radiance attracts more success. A strong message that's been coming through lately is that you can only offer to others what you've given to or allowed for yourself. Many people mistakenly think they can give love to others without first learning to love themselves. Similarly, people often believe they can support others without supporting themselves, or help others find freedom without granting themselves freedom first. On a societal level, we're conditioned to believe that seeking our own abundance, freedom, and self-love is selfish. We're programmed to think that it's wrong to fully embrace these things. Part of our journey here, both on this channel and within the larger Awakening Collective, is to learn how to break free from these limiting beliefs and subconscious programs. These constraints keep us trapped in fear and scarcity. We often tell ourselves that wanting to be loved, free, or abundant is selfish, but this is something we need to overcome. My spirit guides are highlighting this because, for the person I'm connecting with, you've always embodied the energy of the Six of Pentacles. This card represents generosity and an open heart. I'm getting emotional as I tune into your energy because, despite having every reason to close off, your heart remains open. I see someone with outstretched hands and closed eyes, radiating love to those around them, even as they face attacks and challenges. You might have experienced emotional wounds or hurt from people in your life, and the love you've shared may not have always been returned. Yet, you've courageously kept your heart open. Others in your past may have seen this openness as a weakness rather than the beautiful gift it truly is. Ironically, what some perceive as weakness or naivety is actually a powerful protective force. Your open heart creates a spiritual shield that keeps you safe from harm. Even when faced with attacks meant to break you down, you've transformed those challenges into beauty, love, and light. This process hasn't been easy, but you've mastered it. I'm also picking up something related to the reversed Seven of Wands card we discussed earlier. What might seem like giving up to others is actually a process of going within and allowing yourself to surrender the control the ego tries to hold on to. It's about reconnecting with what you truly deserve: love, freedom, and abundance. It seems that the choice you've made or are making might be seen as selfish by those around you, or even by your own inner critic, the ego. The message is clear. You came here to be selfish, in the sense of being so deeply connected with yourself that you radiate unconditional love. This radical self-love may be misunderstood as selfishness by others. So, there are some truly beautiful messages coming through for whoever is connecting with this reading. As always, take what resonates with you. If these messages are connecting, I'll be offering an extended version of this reading through our Soul Tribe on Patreon. This extended reading will dive deeper into the wonderful energy of the Sun card and explore the quantum shift you're experiencing. If you've been feeling this shift in your bones and energy field, you might also be drawn to the extended reading, where we'll discuss what you need to know as you step into this new beginning and address the letting go process in your life. You can find the link to the extended reading in the pinned comment and description box below the video. I'm feeling a strong pull to the Starseed Oracle deck right now, so please be patient as I shuffle and pull a card. I usually mention this at the beginning, but I got so excited to dive into the messages tonight. If you'd like to get specific messages from this reading, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Liking and subscribing help with energetic transference, allowing me to connect more easily with your energy. Now let's draw a card from the Starseed Oracle. I'm sensing that you're currently facing or about to face a choice that feels really heavy and intimidating. This might be related to letting go of something, someone, or a situation in your life. Those fears you're experiencing are misleading you, making you question, what if I'm on the wrong path? What if this is a mistake? Your guides want you to know that these fears aren't your intuition. True intuition is that spark of excitement inside you, the sense of freedom, and the hope that feels so expansive and bold that it might seem overwhelming to your ego. Those fears you're experiencing aren't a sign that you're on the wrong path. They're echoes from a timeline you've moved away from. I'm feeling a strong pull to discuss timeline shifts in this reading, so please let me know in the comments if you're going through something like that. It seems like you're undergoing a major shift, a significant upgrade. I've talked about parallel reality shifts, timeline shifts, and quantum leaps before. These are different ways to describe what happens when you make a change that radically alters your vibration, causing your entire life to transform rapidly. It reminds me of a common movie trope where characters who travel through time or dimensions often feel ill afterward. Your guides want me to convey that you've shifted timelines so swiftly that you might be experiencing unusual physical or emotional sensations. Emotionally, you might be dealing with heightened fears and doubts. Physically, some of you might be feeling issues related to your solar plexus or crown chakra. For instance, in the solar plexus, you might be experiencing nausea or significant changes in appetite, like eating excessively or not being able to eat at all. You might also notice changes in your weight as a result. With regard to the crown chakra, you might feel a bit off balance or disoriented in ways that are hard to describe. Your ego might latch onto these sensations, causing anxiety. You could experience dizziness or lightheadedness. Always consult a medical professional to rule out any health issues, as I'm not a doctor. For those of you who've checked with a medical professional and found no physical cause, these sensations might be energetically based. I'm not entirely sure why I'm guided to share this, but it seems important for someone listening. The card I drew from the Starseed Oracle is Activated Earth, Power Places, Ley Lines, Trust Where You're Led. I want to emphasize this message. Trust where you're being guided. It feels like many of you are receiving intuitive guidance, and sometimes it might even feel forceful. If you ignore your intuition and persist on a path that doesn't align with your new frequency and timeline shift, the universe might intervene by closing off that path. It's as if the universe puts up signs saying, "This road is under construction. You can't go this way anymore." So yes, sometimes this guidance can be quite forceful. Think of it like this. Your intuition might gently guide you in a certain direction, and initially, your ego might question these nudges. If you ignore them, the nudges can grow stronger until you find yourself unable to follow the old paths. Even so, you might still have fears and doubts, wondering, am I on the right path? Your guides want you to know that when you ask this question, not only are you on the right path, but you're on the only path available to you. Spirit is closing off other options and timelines because of the personal growth and vibration you've achieved. This wasn't a matter of choosing between paths. It was always meant to be this way. If you've been reflecting on past relationships, choices, or life paths and feeling doubts or regrets, know that your spirit guides want to reassure you. They're letting you know that the path you chose was the right one, and in fact, it was the only path you could have taken. Your decisions were made for a reason, and you're more aligned with your intuition than you might realize, whether or not others or even your own self recognize it. With the empathy card appearing here, which says, I am open to seeing both sides of a situation, it's intriguing. I'm going to pull a clarifying card. And we have the failure card. It seems that someone I'm connecting with here might be absorbing someone else's feelings of failure and taking on that burden. This message might be quite specific and not apply to everyone, but for some of you, there's someone in your life who feels like they've failed or made a mistake. You've taken on their sense of failure and responsibility instead of letting them address it themselves and make their own inner changes. You might be such a highly sensitive and empathetic person that you've shouldered this burden for them. For some of you, this could involve a parent who feels they've failed or regrets something about their life. As their child, you might have taken on the responsibility of trying to fulfill their wishes or dreams, rather than letting them work through their own feelings and find their own fulfillment. Your role has been to lead by example, but it's important to allow them the space to do their own inner work. For many of you, this message might relate to a romantic situation. There may be someone in your love life who didn't treat you as you deserved and made mistakes in your relationship. Because you're so empathic, you likely extended a lot of grace to this person. You may have given them a lot of slack, understanding that their behavior stemmed from their own unawakened state and deep energetic wounds, especially in their lower chakras. This wounding might have affected their sense of security and their ability to form close, intimate bonds with others. They might struggle to connect deeply with people and carry unresolved inner child wounds. I'm picking up a lot of masculine energy here, so you could be a divine feminine dealing with a divine masculine who, due to these lower chakra wounds, made mistakes towards you. This wasn't just a single error. It seems like there were multiple transgressions, and you forgave them many times. Despite your forgiveness, their patterns continued because they weren't doing the necessary inner work. You saw through their wounds and recognized that underneath, this masculine has a pure heart and significant spiritual potential. He's an ancient soul who took on a lot of karmic patterns for both the collective and possibly a family lineage. It's as if his soul had plans with you, but didn't anticipate how these karmic burdens would weigh him down and impact your connection in this lifetime. For those I'm connecting with, it seems this masculine energy has become deeply entrenched in certain patterns and is experiencing significant regret. Energetically, he has developed a habit of holding on to these patterns, not necessarily consciously, but because he hasn't fully done the inner work. While he's starting to awaken and recognize what's happening within him, he's only just beginning to scratch the surface. For you, divine feminine, this has created a challenging dynamic. Your empathic nature means that, due to your bond with this person, whether spiritual or a soul tie, you're absorbing their energy, including their sense of failure and regret, much more profoundly than you might with others. This connection might feel like it's weighing you down, even though you hold a lot of love and admiration for them. The messages coming through are quite intense for those this resonates with. In the extended reading, I'll delve deeper into this masculine energy and how it's affecting you. We'll explore their wounding, what they're feeling and thinking in the 3D world, and what their higher self wants to communicate to you. The link to the extended reading is in the pinned comment and description box below the video. All right, let's dive deeper into the cards and channel more insights about what you need to know right now. This has been a truly unique reading, so I want to thank everyone who contributed their powerful energy to this session. We've drawn the man holding a coin card in reverse. This represents a masculine figure you're deeply connected to, who might be beginning his spiritual awakening, but is still carrying a lot of heavy, unresolved issues. This is likely the same masculine energy that came through earlier in the reading. On the other hand, we have the woman holding a heart card in the upright position. The message here is to stay centered and grounded. It's time to reclaim your heart and your power. When I say take back your power, it's not about withdrawing from this person, but rather about refocusing and recalibrating yourself. Many of you are highly sensitive to energy and understand how challenging it can be to translate that energy into words or physical form. So when I suggest taking your power back, I mean shifting your focus back to yourself and reestablishing your own energy and balance. Sometimes the idea of taking your power back can sound forceful or aggressive, almost like stealing. But in this situation, it's not about being aggressive or pushing hard. When you try to chase this person, seeking their validation, or trying to make them see your worth, that energy often pushes them away. Similarly, if you attempt to reclaim your power with a sense of anger or aggression, you might achieve a temporary sense of control, but it often leads to a boomerang effect. You might notice that after pulling back with intensity, you end up circling back to them over time. This dynamic can be very complex to articulate, but if you're experiencing this, you probably understand exactly what I mean. The goal is to find a balance where you can recenter yourself without falling into patterns of push or pull. What Spirit is saying is to view this not as pushing or pulling away, but as a process of recalibration and recentering. Focus on yourself, your passions, and the things that truly ignite your spirit. Redirect your energy towards peace and self-love. Even if it seems to others or to this person that you're being selfish, especially if they are not very awakened, this is not the case. They might perceive it that way, but don't let this deter you. Over time, as you recenter yourself, you'll notice this person responding in a mirrored way. They'll start to recalibrate their own energy, and their path to awakening will continue to open up. You and this person are so energetically intertwined that it can feel overwhelming at times. This deep connection means that traditional methods of pushing or pulling away don't work. Whether you try to chase them or pull away, you might find yourself caught in a cycle of fear, desperation, and anxiety. Your guides want you to see this as an opportunity for recalibration and recentering rather than a battle. By shifting your focus back to yourself, your purpose, passion, and self-love, you're not just focusing on your own growth, you're also contributing to this person's healing. You're both activating and healing each other through your connection, and now it's time for this mutual recalibration and healing to take place. The card Water Your Garden appears, reminding you to embrace your humanity. Your guides are saying, remember, you came here to experience life fully, to explore, to enjoy pleasure, and to love. I sense that for someone, especially a divine feminine, there may be a belief that to be spiritual enough, you had to sacrifice aspects of your human experience. You might have felt you needed to endure unbalanced love or give up your passions because they seemed too worldly or not spiritual enough. But your humanity and your passions are part of your spiritual journey too. I'm picking up on something that might resonate with you: toxic positivity. This is when people surround themselves with a superficial positive attitude to cover up their true feelings and pain. Instead of allowing themselves to truly experience and heal their emotions, they use this facade of positivity. This often leads to a cycle where they feel temporarily uplifted, but then quickly fall back into deeper hurt and stagnation. It seems that someone I'm connecting with hasn't fully given themselves permission to embrace their complete range of emotions. You might be someone who, due to this, hasn't allowed yourself to experience the full spectrum of human feelings, pleasure, or physical enjoyment. Your emotions, even the messy and chaotic ones, are a vital part of your being and can actually fuel your passions and gifts. It's important for you to balance your spiritual journey with practical, everyday experiences. Allow yourself to enjoy physical pleasures and connections, knowing that these are integral to your spiritual path. If your journey were meant to be flawless and perfect on the surface, you wouldn't have chosen to come to Earth. You came here with a purpose, including carrying and transmuting energy for your family, community, or collective. Embrace the messy, chaotic, and adventurous aspects of your life. Through experiencing and feeling these emotions, you are healing and awakening spiritually. This is the essence of your journey. I sense that your guides wanted to share this with you today to remind you of the value in fully embracing your humanity. In the extended reading, we'll dive deeper into the messages we've covered here. We'll explore your current experiences both in the 3D realm and from your higher self's 5D perspective. We'll also look at any external energies influencing you. I'm sensing that romantically, there might be one or possibly two energies connecting with you. The masculine energy we discussed earlier is certainly relevant for many of you, but there's also a lighter, potentially different romantic energy for some. All of this will be covered in more detail in the extended Patreon reading, linked in the pinned comment and description box below the video. I've also been noticing the number 400 Moorki4 a lot lately, which might resonate with some of you. For now, let me channel a message from the Rumi Oracle. The card says, "Let love transform." I'll read a brief message from this card for you. The spring of love arrives to turn the dust into a garden. The call from the heavens encourages the soul to take flight. The sea becomes filled with pearls. The dry land receives the water of life. The stone turns into a ruby, and the body becomes all soul. The guidebook adds, "This oracle is a living spiritual gift. Whether you realize it or not, you have triumphed. You have blossomed, succeeded, let go of what was unworthy, and embraced love's path." As I mentioned earlier, you've recently experienced a significant energetic upgrade. You truly deserve recognition for everything you've been through, for keeping your heart open, and for the profound positive changes within you. I'll be closing this reading now, but I hope you'll subscribe if this message resonated with you. Feel free to share in the comments what stood out for you personally. Sending you so much love and wishing you a beautiful day. I look forward to connecting with you again in the next video.